Okay, let's kick things off. Ever have those days where you feel just incredibly busy? Like you're bouncing between emails, notifications, meetings.
I'll get all the time.
Right. But then you get to the end of the day and you think, wait, what did I actually get done? Anything substantial.
That feeling is so common. It's like you're spinning your wheels.
Exactly. And that's why today we're doing a deep dive into Cal Newport's book, Deep Work, because it really offers a path away from that feeling towards getting meaningful stuff done without, totally burning out.
It really does. And Newport's core idea, this concept of deep work, it's quite specific, isn't it?
Yeah. How does he define it exactly?
Well, he defines it as professional activities performed in a state of distraction-free concentration.
Yeah.
The kind that pushes your cognitive abilities right to their limit.
Okay, so not just regular focus, but like intense focus.
Intense focus, exactly. The kind that produces new value, improves your skills, and is hard to replicate. It's where, breakthroughs happen because your brain finally has that uninterrupted space.
And the contrast is shallow work.
Right. Shallow work. That's the stuff that doesn't really demand intense thought. Replying to emails quickly, posting on social media, logistical stuff. Easy to do while distracted.
Which, let's be honest, is where most of us probably spend a lot of our time.
Sadly, yes. Newport argues that the highest achievers, they prioritize the deep stuff. They understand that in our incredibly distracted world, the ability to go deep,
Yeah.
it's almost like a superpower.
A superpower. I like that. Or like you said, an unfair advantage.
Precisely. Because if you can consistently focus deeply, you learn complex things faster, you produce higher quality work, and honestly, you get more satisfaction from it too. Attention is the currency now, and deep work lets you spend it wisely.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So if deep work is the goal, how do we actually, do it? Newport has these rules, right? 4 of them.
Yes, 4 key rules to cultivate this ability. Let's unpack them.
Great. What's rule number 1?
Rule 1 is work deeply. This is about building routines and rituals. It's not enough to just want to focus. You need structure.
Structure, like setting aside specific times.
Exactly. Setting fixed times for deep work sessions, creating a dedicated space, maybe, cutting out distractions ruthlessly. He even talks about using strategies like the 4DX framework.
4DX. What's that?
It stands for the 4 disciplines of execution. It's about focusing on wildly important goals, acting on lead measures, the actions that predict success, keeping score, and creating accountability. It's very structured.
Okay, so be really intentional about when and how you focus. Got it. What's rule 2? This one sounds interesting. Embrace boredom.
Ah, yes. This one feels counterintuitive, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In our world, boredom is almost seen as something to be avoided at all costs.
Totally. The second there's a pause, my hand just automatically reaches for my phone. It's almost unconscious.
Right, and that's exactly Newport's point.
Yeah.
He argues that if you constantly feed your brain tiny bits of stimulus, the moment you feel bored, you're eroding your ability to sustain deep concentration.
So tolerating boredom is like mental resistance training.
Exactly. You're building up that muscle, that capacity to just be without constant input. And often, it's in those quieter moments when you're not actively distracted that your brain can actually make interesting connections or solve problems.
Okay, that's a big shift. Which leads nicely into rule 3, which I suspect might be controversial for some: quit social media.
Yeah, that one definitely gets a reaction. People feel like they need it for work, for connection.
Right. Isn't it a bit extreme?
Well, his argument isn't necessarily quit everything cold turkey. It's more about intentionality. He uses this craftsman approach to tools. Ask yourself, does this specific platform offer a significant benefit to my professional or personal life that clearly outweighs the negatives, the distraction, the fragmentation of attention?
So be really deliberate. Choose tools purposefully, not just out of habit or FOMO.
Precisely. If the value isn't clearly there, seriously consider ditching it or drastically limiting its use. Don't let it be a default time sink.
Okay, intentionality again. And the last rule, number 4.
Rule 4 is drain the shallows. You can't eliminate shallow work entirely, right? Emails need replies, calls need making.
True. So how do you manage it?
The key is to contain it. Schedule specific, short blocks for shallow tasks. Maybe check email only twice a day at set times. Batch similar low-value tasks together. The main idea is to be ruthless in defending your scheduled deep work blocks from being overrun by the shallow stuff.
Protect that deep work time.
Fiercely. Treat it as the most important, most valuable part of your schedule. because cognitively, it probably is.
These rules are actually really practical when you break them down. So for someone listening right now thinking, okay, I want to try this, what's the first step? How do you start today?
Start small, but be consistent. Maybe pick just one 90-minute block for deep work tomorrow. Put it in your calendar, and during that block, turn off all notifications, emails, chat messages, everything. And crucially, put your phone somewhere else entirely. Out of sight, out of mind.
Ooh, the phone in another room. That's a big one.
It really helps. Use a timer. Track your sessions. And maybe at the end of today, spend 5 minutes planning exactly what you'll work on during tomorrow's deep work block. Remove the friction of deciding in the moment.
Like prepping your workspace.
Exactly. Think about those examples like J.K. Rowling checking into a hotel to finish Harry Potter, or Bill Gates doing his Think Weeks completely unplugged. They created environments for deep work. You can build your own version, starting with just 90 minutes. It's a buildable skill, not some innate talent.
It really makes you think, doesn't it, about the real value of focus in this world that's just pulling our attention in a million directions. Learning to train your attention really could be the thing that helps you stand out or just helps you feel more accomplished.
Absolutely. And maybe that leads to a final thought for everyone listening.
Yeah.
What could you actually achieve? What could you create or learn if you deliberately carved out even just a little bit of time each day for genuine, distraction-free, deep focus? And maybe, just maybe, what are you missing out on right now by not doing it?